Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory, Roma Torino tomorrow evening on Halloween night. Will it be a horror story? Will it be a trick or a treat? Let's speak about this. Look, I've got a lot to say, but at the same time, I've got nothing to say because I have zero expectations going into this game. I know that if we lose, the manager will get sacked. And I'm also aware that if we lose, then we are officially in a relegation battle. And then I'm also aware that if we win, we might climb a few positions. But the situation, even if we win, would remain torridly dark. And this is the contrast which I want to speak about in this live stream. Of course, it's not going to be an easy game. This is a match preview, so we'll speak about our opponents, Torino as well. I'll give you my predictor 11 at the end of this video. But I think to start off, Halloween, horror movies, trick or treat. Will it be a trick or a treat? Like, everybody let me know in the chat, will it be a trick or a treat? Because I'm not a fool in hoping that this is gonna be a treat and then actually ruin my Halloween because it's a trick. If you get my point, I'm gonna for once I'm going to go into this game with no expectations. Not that I had many expectations over the course of these past games, but for the first time ever, I just want to sit down and see what happens. In a sense that I don't want to hope and believe in a win, but at the same time, I really don't want to be that pessimistic to really believe in a defeat. So I'm just going to sit, let the 90 minutes go by, and let the 90 minutes decide our future, the manager's future, and probably the future of this club, if anybody is not aware of this. It's the last island. You know, Yich has reached the stage where this is his last chance. It's been confirmed if he loses tomorrow, he will be sacked. I think if we draw tomorrow, he'll be sacked. And look, I will throw it out there to you guys. I would also argue that if we win tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if they change manager. Because the reason why they haven't sacked him after that Fiorentina game is because they didn't have ready a replacement. If they've got ready a replacement on Saturday he'll be sacked even if we win. Ivan Juric is a dead man walking. Do you know that song from The Undertaker? Ivan Juric, under all effects, is a dead man walking. He has got no idea how he managed to save from the sacking. The players have no idea how on earth he hasn't been sacked. The fans haven't got a clue as to why he's still here. Ivan Juric has got zero protection. The players are going against him. The players are mutinied against him. The fans don't want him anymore. And he knows that the next draw or the next non-win game, he'll be sacked. Ivan Juric is a walking dead. He's a dead man walking. And dead men walking don't go far. If it's not his last game, it's his second to last game. But I strongly believe that Thursday's game, tomorrow's game, will be his last game. Because I don't see us winning. Because Torino is again, similar to Fiorentina, Torino is the opposite of an easy game. And I will speak about Torino in a second. I don't think we'll win tomorrow. And I think he'll be sacked. Which is why the title of this video says, JURIC'S game will be his last one tomorrow. Then whoever comes in, I don't know, and I don't care, frankly speaking, as of now. But we will see what happens. But hello, how is everybody doing? Don't forget to hit the like. Please do hit the like button. If you're ready for the game, if you're ready for Halloween, let me know your plans and everything in the live chat. And I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's enjoying this last few days of October. Hope everybody's had a great October. So yeah, hit the like, subscribe, and let's speak about this game. Right. Let's speak about Torino. In fact, no. Let's speak about us first. Let's get the juice going. Let's get the juice dripping from the lemon. First things first. The first thing is the first thing in absolute first order when speaking about tomorrow's game. tomorrow, every single Roma fan needs to hope that we win. So the first thing that let's put into practice is, let's eliminate this toxicity, at least for the game. And all of us, let's cheer and let's push the team to win and get 3 points tomorrow. Whether you want the manager to stay or not, whether you want the manager to get sacked or not, whether you gave up on the players or not, tomorrow we need to win. Because if we don't win tomorrow, we will be in the relegation zone after 2 months. If we don't win tomorrow, it would be the worst start to a season in the history of this club. And we don't want that. I know it's Halloween, and I know that we like horror and scary stuff, but that's another level of fear. Every single body watching this video, and every single body who is a Roma fan, regardless of whether you're subscribed to this channel, I don't need to tell you this. We are Roma fans. We need 3 points tomorrow, and all of us need to hope that we win tomorrow. Because Roma comes first. Everything else comes secondary. But the team, AS Roma, is above everything else. And tomorrow, I'm not going to watch the game for the players, or for the manager, or for the owners. Tomorrow will be watching the game for Roma itself. So I don't want to hear, I want to lose tomorrow so that the manager gets sacked. The manager will get sacked irrelevant after tomorrow's game. If it's not his last game, it will be his second to last game. So don't you worry, he'll get sacked in about 7 days max. Tomorrow we need to win. If we don't win tomorrow, you have no idea of how brutal the situation will get. You know, if you think this is brutal, if you think this is brutality, you have got no idea what happens if we lose tomorrow. You've got no clue. And this is what I want to say another thing. After that Fiorentina game, I said that I was not going to go to the stadium, that I was going to sell my ticket because I was going to protest and I was refusing to go to the stadium. I've come up with this in these past couple of hours. I've decided to completely abandon my Halloween party. I have decided to completely abandon going into horror mazes and cornfields to get jump scares on Halloween night. All of that can come. All of that will come. All of that fun will come. But after the Roma game. Tomorrow I'll be heading at the stadium for my team, to cheer my team. So fuck Halloween. Fuck the Halloween parties. Fuck the Halloween corn mazes and clowns and jump scares and horror houses and trick-or-treating. Tomorrow there's a game to be win. Tomorrow there's a game that we need to win, and tomorrow there's a stadium to fill out. So that's all good and that's all fun and that's great, but that will come after the game. After the game, we get scared and we'll have fun. Before, we've got a duty to follow, and the duty comes before the pleasure. That's how I got taught. Let's go to the stadium tomorrow. Come on. Let's do this. Right. Having said that, last little general comment on us. Look, I've already given my opinion. This team doesn't want this man anymore. Like, this team has no idea why this manager is still here. And I said at the start, the manager itself has got no idea of how he's still here. He went live today in front of the microphones in the press conference and literally confirmed to all of us that there were brutal fights, violent fights, loud arguments after that Fiorentina game. The toxicity at this football club has reached its peak. The toxicity, the bad environment, and the bad vibes have reached another stage. He has basically stabbed himself in the back, admitting, being honest, and I will give him to that. I will give him that. I will give him that. He's been honest. He didn't try to hide all of that, what happened in the locker room in Florence during halftime after the game, after that 5-1 debacle. He has admitted that there were arguments, violent fights. And he said that hopefully him and the team have come to a conclusion where they've acknowledged the truth. They've said the truth to each other. And deep down, he knows that the team has abandoned him. Like, I know that deep down he knows that the team has abandoned him. Which is why tomorrow's game won't be easy, because, playing in a stadium which, number one, will not be a sold-out stadium because a lot of fans are refusing to go to the stadium. Number two, the fans which are going to be there are going to harass the players, including me, because I never boo players and I never boo anybody who represents my team. You know me, I film stadium vlogs and I never do it. All the boos that you hear come from people around me. I never dare to say anything against anybody who represents this team. But after that game, tomorrow I will get my throat out for these players. I will get my throat and my boos going, because after that 5-1 defeat, the boos are deserved. After you win a game 1-0 against Dynamo Kiev, I agree, the boos are unfair. But after such a game, everybody needs to get booed and everybody needs to be harassed. Under these circumstances, adding on to that, the manager is still there. The environment will not be a good environment. It will not be, and it can't be a good environment and a good atmosphere. Torino, changed manager. In fact, look, JURIC'S old team could send Yich home. It's literally that ironic. It could get that ironic. JURIC'S last team could get him sent home. They don't have Duvan Zapata anymore, who is kind of the soul of their team. Very good striker, very experienced striker, scores goals, very physical, because he had a terrible injury in the game against Inter. But Torino are a team which this season really want to give a step up to their direction after coming from years of mediocrity. They changed manager. I really like Vanoli because I like those managers. Vanoli reminds me of Di Francesco in his golden eras at Sassuolo and Roma. Somebody who's got a lot of tactical genius moves and is ready to apply them and has applied a lot of them. Torino are a team which score a lot of goals. They scored 2 goals at San Siro against Milan, 2 goals at San Siro against Inter. They won at home against Atalanta. They scored 2 goals at home against Lazio. These teams have got good defenses, and Torino scored more than 1 goal in every single game against all the top 4 teams that they played against. Torino will score tomorrow. Torino are a team which started really well. They were top of the table for about 5 game weeks. Then they started downfalling a bit. Zapata got injured. They're coming from a bad defeat, 3-2. At Cagliari's home ground. They've lost a bit of momentum, but I think Torino right now, in this critical moment of Roma, can get our heart ripped apart. I think Venezia can do it as well, which is why tomorrow's game is going to be an extremely difficult game, because not only is Torino a really good game, but of course us, we are a completely divided, ununited team right now, and Torino could easily beat us. Tomorrow's game will be about scoring 1 goal more compared to them. That's every football game, but they are going to score. They've got a really good attack. So our attack needs to be better. Our attack needs to do better. We've only scored 1 goal in every single game of the season, apart from Venezia at home and Udinese at home. In every other game, we either scored 1, Dovbik, or we either scored 0. That's how sad we are. That's how weak our attack is currently. Look, I kind of predicted 11. Torino, all I can say is they've got a really good player under Ricci, really good playmaker. Vanoli's got good ideas and he will implement these ideas tomorrow. They will try and exploit this bad momentum that we're living to get 3 points, because they have surprised big teams this season and they certainly will not hesitate to surprise us in this bad moment. Predictor 11, unfortunately, is the exact same predictor 11 that I displayed during my Fiorentina match preview. That's how simple it gets. I didn't even modify my graphic, because I think the 11, the starting 11, will be this one. Our manager is stubborn. Our manager is naive in a sense that he's insisting in players which aren't giving reactions. I would be very surprised if if the lineup tomorrow would be much different than the one I just displayed. Svilar in goal, Angelino, Ndika and Mancini in defense, Zaleski wide on the left, Celik wide on the right, Cristante and Kone in the middle with Dovbyk, Pellegrini and Dybala up front. Classic. The biggest question is this one. Will Mancini and Cristante play? Because Mancini and Cristante had the toughest argument with the manager in the locker room in Florence. And Mancini and Cristante are probably the two that have started this mutiny against the manager. So the question is, do they play? The reason why I say they do play is because Juric got asked a question in the press conference today, which went, will players who disappointed yourself be called up, and therefore will they play on Thursday? And he said this current Roma team can't say no to any of their players. And he is kind of telling us that even though Mancini and Cristante behaved badly at halftime against Fiorentina, they are indispensable according to Juric's stubbornness. Because this is stubbornness. Because, you know me, I like Mancini and I think Mancini starts, but Cristante should never start. Cristante should never be considered after the performances that he had and after the behavior that he attended to the manager when he got subbed off on Sunday evening against Fiorentina. You know, so a player like Pisilli would be much better than a player like Cristante, but Juric is stubborn. Juric will choose Cristante tomorrow. And I'm going to put my face. I will be very, very, very surprised if Juric doesn't choose Cristante tomorrow. I'd be very surprised. I kind of retake back what I just said, but I would be very surprised if he doesn't start tomorrow. Predicted 11 is this. It's been the same predicted 11 for the past 10 game weeks. We need goals. We need contributions. Please stop putting Dybala as a right back. Please stop using Dybala as N'Golo Kante and start using Dybala like Paulo Dybala. Please, Pellegrini, do something. Wake up, because Dovbyk needs your support. Dovbyk needs your service. Oh man, I am constipated tonight. Woo! Hang on, sorry, let me just... if he chooses Cristante, it makes him look weak. Look, mate, I said this at the start. Juric is a dead man walking. Juric is sacked. This is where I want to get these last few minutes of this stream. God, man. You know what it is? I ate a slice of pizza with onions on top, and I absolutely swear that man put 7 kilos of onions on that slice of pizza, and I feel all the onions up here. They haven't gone down. I haven't digested those onions. It's absolutely terrible. If there's one thing that I never digest, it's onions, and I'm an idiot for having picked a slice of pizza with onions on top. What I'm saying is this. Juric is sacked. What I'm trying to say here is, when I use the word Juric is a dead man walking, in my view, Juric is sacked. Juric knows that he is sacked, which is why, how can you get a reaction from a team which is run by somebody who in the next 7 days max will be sacked? So, you know, he is sacked. I see him as a sacked manager. He knows that he will be sacked. Whether it's tomorrow or whether it's next Saturday, within the next 7 days, he will be sacked. Because there is never in a million years am I believing that we're going to get 6 points from our next 2 games. I'm not a fool. I've stopped believing in that nonsense ages ago. There is no way that we get 6 points in between tomorrow's game against Torino at home and Verona away on Sunday afternoon. There is no way. And if you fuck up any little detail, in a sense that the only way Juric saves himself, hypothetically, is if he wins both games. If he draws even one of the two, he'll be sacked. That's the way I see it. So, you know, the players need to honor, I agree, the players need to honor for us fans, the players need to honor everything, but they are being, it's like they are in an anarchical state right now. It's like they are being auto-run. It feels like that the players are running themselves right now, because the players wanted him sacked, and he's gonna get sacked because of the players. And why would the players therefore follow a manager that they know themselves that will not last another week? So yeah, the way I see it is this: I will hope for a win tomorrow. I will do anything for a win tomorrow, because as I said at the start, the team comes above everything. Whether you like the manager or not, whether you want the manager sacked or not, tomorrow we need to win. And tomorrow, hopefully, let's pray, let's cheer, let's fight that we win. But it's not going to be easy, and I don't expect to win. Juric has to leave now. Am I crazy for thinking this season can still be saved? We're only 6 points away from Champions League spot. Yes, we won't get Champions League spot. And the only way in fact, if you get Europa League, you've massively saved this season. If you somehow scrape Europa League at the end of the season, you've accomplished a miracle, because Venezia is 2 points from us. Like, that's the current situation. Venezia, who won today, is 2 points from us. Venezia. So it's a shit position in a shit timing at a shit place. And we'll see what happens. We'll see how we go. I'll catch you tomorrow with the match reaction and the stadium vlog. Yes, because it's Halloween, but all of that Halloween entertainment will come after the duty of going to the stadium and getting the best out of this team and pushing for 3 points. After the stadium, after the match reaction, and after I edit the vlog, it will be time for Halloween. But before that, we've got Roma to care about. We've got a duty to follow. And we will fight for this team like we've never done before. Do you abandon a ship because it's facing a thunderstorm and then come back on it when it lands in the Maldives? No. You stay on the ship, stuck in that ship, through the calm sea, but most importantly, through the torrid sea, through the winds and the waves and the tsunamis and absolutely everything. So, Forza Roma sempre, happy Halloween in advance, and I'll talk to you soon. Hit the like, subscribe, and talk to you in a bit. See you out.